the first layer of our call or our calling in God is the call to follow Christ. Very, very important. You cannot find your specific calling in God. You cannot find your specific area or ministry in God if you're not following Christ. In fact, let's go back to Matthew and then we'll begin to deal with this issue from there. You will see that it is Christ that makes you. It is when you respond to this call, the call to follow Him. It is only then He can now make you that which you ought to be in God. Are you seeing it now? It is only when you follow Jesus, it's only when you have responded to the call to follow Him before you can now become whatever God has destined you to become, whatever your calling may be. Maybe an apostle, maybe a prophet, maybe a teacher, maybe in the medical field. Whatever it is God has called you specifically to be can only come to materialization, can only come to reality when you follow Christ. Praise God. And so it is very, very important. So we don't miss this phase. We don't omit, we don't neglect this layer of our calling. So the first layer and paramount, I would even say the most paramount layer of our calling in God is the call to follow Christ. It is as you respond to this call, it is as you say yes to follow Jesus. Only then can you begin to find your place in God. Only then can you begin to find your purpose in God. Only then can you begin to find and fulfill your ministry in God. So we have seen from the scriptures that Christ called the first disciples, and when they called them, they didn't know what He was calling them for. Hope you understand that. When they called Peter, He said, and I will make you fishers of men. Peter didn't know he would go on to become one of the greatest apostles. He didn't know those things. So likewise me, of course, there's a place that God has for us. There's a place He has prepared for us in His plan, in His purpose. There is a program for us, but it is until we yield. It is until we say yes to the call to follow Jesus Christ. Only then can we find our place in God.